Hello everyone, this is Steven from the Even Steven channel, and today we are taking a look at the Bear Creek Arsenal 7.62 by 39 left side charging handle AR-15 upper generation 2. Got it! Wow, alright, so what do we got here? So this is my little project rifle I was working on. It's come together pretty well. So just as a recap, I did another video about this lower. It's the APF lower that I got from Blackhawk Armory. Got my little M16 sling here. I put a mag pull grip on there. Got the mag pull trigger guard. That's all I did with the lower. But what we're really here to talk about is the upper. This upper is chambered in 7.62 by 39. Why? Why would I do something like that? Well, because this ammo can sometimes be half cost of 5.56 ammo, and I kind of wanted access to this cheap, say garbage, cheaper steel cased 7.62 by 39 ammo. I wanted something in 7.62 by 39. Like, well, I can get like an SKS. I don't know if I want it. I've come to the conclusion I'm really just not an AK person. I'm not an AK guy. I think they're overgassed. I think AR-15s are ergonomically better. Objectively, AR-15s are ergonomically better than AKs. And, you know, the people who are willing to deal with that and practice can be very good at it. But I was like, I'm just not an AK guy. They're overgassed. I don't like them. I'm not sure if I'm an AR-15 guy, but I'm not an AK guy. So let's talk about this upper. So first of all, this is chambered in 7.62 by 39. And one of the unique features is Bear Creek Arsenal has these upper receivers that are basically side charging. And I think the standard one is basically, the right side. All this right here flipped around on the right side. And I was like, well, me thinking like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Because if you're holding a rifle, and a lot of today's modern shooting doctrine in shooting is you keep your shooting hand on the grip at all times, and you do all the other manipulation with the other hand, with your offhand. So if you're going to actually use this charging handle, why not have it on the left side? Says me. Otherwise, you're doing the AK reach around. Now, the only possible problem I can think of is, you get the ejecting brass in your face, and thankfully, that did not happen to me. This ejected perfectly well out the left side without smacking brass in my face. So I was like, yeah, no, this is what I think it should be, the way everyone should do it. So I don't even know why people are doing it on the right side, other than they're just worried about brass in the face. Doesn't seem to be the case. So, where do we start? Where do we start with all this? So, the lower receiver is pretty much standard. It's standard AR-15 lower receiver. The buffer, and buffer spring, standard. It's the upper that's all weird. So, on this particular one, I have a mag pull backup iron sights. Again, we got the charging handle on the left side, which will... you know what? Before we get there, let's talk a second about the magazines. The only real downside about using a 7.60 by 39 upper or AR-15 is that you got to get specific magazines for it. This is C products. These are obviously snap caps. These are not live rounds. These are Duramag. I don't know what that's about. Stainless steel 10-round magazines, made by C Products, and they seem pretty good so far, so I'm having good luck with that. And I've been told, I don't know, but when you get to 20 and 30 round magazines, they don't quite work as well, because the AK has that, or the 7.60 by 39 has that taper on it, and that just does not jive well with this straight magazine well. If you see those 30 round 7.62 by 39 magazines, they start straight and they kind of curve. Supposedly, that kind of gives you some reliability problems. But, being in the state of New Jersey, restricted to 10-round magazines anyway, it seemed like a big deal. I think that's really cool. So you've got the charging handle on the left side. There's nothing on the right side, no forward assist. Technically, this bolt handle is the forward assist. This is in the same spot, though it's kind of where you can't really use this the way where it is now. So that technically is a downside. If you do hit this, you have a really good chance of this bolt handle smacking you in the hand. So you're always going to use this left side charging handle. But beyond that, you know, it's a pretty, I think, standard AR-15 upper. I like it to have the Picatinny rail on top, M-lock slots, QD attachment points here. In the front, we got here. We got, I'm actually using one here. This is whatever I had lying around. This is definitely a budget build. Magpul backup front sights, that's just what I had lying around. This is not what this gun came with. Do I have it? This came with basically a AR-10 standard flash hider. I had to put a permanently attach a threaded thread protector on there. And the bottom, kind of more stuff, more M-lock. And yeah, I'm actually digging this. I'm actually liking this. It's almost like a scar. It's like a poor man's scar. That's what I consider it. I could shoot cheaper, 7.62 by 39. It's kind of like an AR. It's kind of like an AK. It's not quite. I like it. I haven't shot it a whole lot. I put about 40 rounds through it, and the first round wasn't quite right, in that it was kind of getting stuck. I pull back. It didn't quite go. I was like, maybe I didn't do it quite hard. So pull back, really let it slide, and from then on, it was great. Put 40 rounds through it. Was working on the sights. Really zero problems. Very fun to shoot. The recoil is not that bad. It's not overgassed like an AK. And I really had a fun time shooting this gun for not that much money. But I know we're here. You're here to, I'm assuming you're here to look more at the upper itself. So let's dig into the internals. So this disassembles like standard AR-15. I'm going to take out my pins. I'm going to take my quick detach. Head off. Got stuff all over the place now. Alright, so let's separate the upper and lower. Lower's going to go over there. Upper's going to stay over here. So this is definitely not a standard AR-15 bolt. Now to take this apart, there's two things you got to do. I think this is basically just like a retaining screw. I don't think this does all that much, but you got to unscrew this out. And you really can't tighten it down too much because it has to be, this flat part here has to be facing down. So I think it's just kind of a retaining screw to kind of hold everything in place. If it's something else, I don't know. I won't pretend to know everything about everything. But there's no charging handle up here, so this screw is in its place. I think it just stops the bolt from just immediately falling out. Kind of just to retain it. So that's out. Now to take the bolt out, you're going to do two things. You got to take this screw out, and you got to take the charging handle off. And that is basically just screwed in place with a bolt. Now, my concern is, can this screw come out and then you use your charging handle? That would suck. So the charging handle is held in place by the screw. And here's the charging handle. Now to be fair, it didn't come loose at all while I was shooting it, but it's a concern. And you know, it's still AR-15 like, couldn't be too different. Those screws here look like they're staked. There's no, notches for the forward assist because there is none. The handle is the forward assist. But otherwise, besides being 7.62 by 39, and charging handle being mounted like right there, it looks like pretty standard AR-15 bolt. Get a little look over there. Show that, that's where the screw goes in. It couldn't be too much different, but it's different. And that's kind of it. I'm liking this so far. This is more of a first impressions than a really long-term review. But so far, I'm really liking it. It shoots very pleasantly. It's not Terrible to shoot. The accuracy seems okay. I'm not a best rifle shooter, so I don't want to talk too much about accuracy, but it looks like this could definitely be a 2-inch group at 100 yards kind of gun. It seems like the accuracy is there. I'm just gonna tighten that up on there. So now I'm gonna tighten this. When I started this review, I had this a little bit loose to make it easier to take off. So I'm gonna tighten this up now. I would say if you're gonna take this out, for whatever reason, whatever you're doing, maybe keep a wrench around that fits that bolt, just in case. That'd be one of my recommendations. Your range bag, or if you're doing some more serious stuff, keep those wrenches on your person just in case. So I can't tighten this too much. It has to be flat, so I got to back that out. Oh, with the camera. See how that screw needs to go right there? Otherwise, you know, besides the unusual features of the caliber and that side charge handle, it's an AR-15. Why does this not match up? There we go. It's an AR-15, and I like it. I really like the side eject thing. I really think it works well on the left side. So one question you might have is, oh, can you lock this back with one hand? And the question is, yes, you can. So what you would do is you pull back. It's hard to do it on camera. You would pull back like this, and as you're doing that, you're going to push on the paddle like that. You lock it back, do it one-handed. You can also reach around, you can kind of grab around with your right hand, but I think that's the way to do it. For whatever reason you had to lock this back and the magazine's out, all the way back, push on the paddle, then release on the bolt. No problem. That's how I think it should be done. So I guess that's it. This is Steven from the Even Steven channel. So far I'm impressed with this Bear Creek Arsenal upper receiver. It seems to be accurate, seems reliable. The fit and finish seems to be pretty good. I got this for around, what was it, $240? Oh my god, $240 for a complete AR-15 upper receiver in any caliber. Fantastic. Fantastic. This says it's upside down, but it's backwards to you, but it says 7.62 by 39, 1 in 10 twist, USA. I don't want to say it's recommended because I don't think I have enough time with it, but so far, definitely so good. And yeah, this will be it. This will be Steven from the Even Steven channel. My impressions so far of the Bear Creek Arsenal 7.6 to 39 side charging some Gen 2, whatever it is. Anyway, please do all that like, share, and subscribing. Leave comments you have if you have any. Any questions you have, I'll try to answer as best I can. And I will see you next time. Thank you, and goodbye.